Rules are meant to be broken, but when a team or a driver finds a way around them in Formula 1, those loopholes are usually closed pretty quickly. And the FIA has made some changes to the Formula 1 rulebook after the Chinese Grand Prix earlier this season. A few incidents there caused some confusion, so the rules have now changed. But what are these? Well, shout out to Autosport for doing this article on this change. I'm sure we'll have one on the F1Chronicle.com very soon, but unfortunately the guy who does the articles for us is on the other side of the world, so he's probably asleep right now. It's the middle of the night for him, but yeah, I'm sure he'll be on that very soon. But yeah, let me just read out this article just to go over what's actually changed and if it's likely to really impact things going forward in F1. The FIA has moved to clear up confusion created by two incidents at the Chinese Grand Prix in a revised version of Formula 1 sporting regulations. Carlos Sainz sent his Ferrari into a spin during qualifying at the Shanghai International Circuit in April, damaging his front wing. Having remained stationary for a prolonged period of time, race direction threw a red flag to bring a halt to the session. But the Spaniard was able to get back going under his own power, return to the pits and complete the session, ultimately advancing to Q3 and qualifying in 7th position. At the time, Article 39.6, oh yes, we're going into that sort of detail, guys, really thorough stuff here. The regulation around stopping on track during qualifying read, any driver whose car stops on the track during qualifying session or the sprint qualifying will not be permitted to take part in that session or any other session. Aston Martin believed Sainz to be in breach of this and protested against the qualifying result. I mean, yeah, that seems pretty black and white to me, to be honest. If he's stopped out on track and caused a red flag, according to that rule, whether it be right or wrong, I'm not talking about whether it's right or wrong, I'm just talking about going off that rule, it does seem like he's broke it. Or at least the race organisers haven't stopped him from taking part. I thought that was the rule as well. But as a part of wide-ranging regulation tweaks revised ahead of August, the FIA has made an amendment to Article 39.6, which now reads, any driver whose car stops in any area other than the pit lane during the qualifying session or the sprint qualifying session and receives physical assistance will not be permitted to take any part in the session. So it's if they get physical assistance, it's the good old outside interference rule, basically. So under those new regulations, it sounds like Carlos Sainz will be fine to do what he did, or anybody else for that matter. So he would not have been in breach of that. So what is the other change? Let's have a look. A second tweak made in light of events in China will result in penalties picked up for sprint races being carried into Grand Prix. Okay, not sure I like this one, but let's have a read. Aston Martin driver Fernando Alonso collided with Sainz at turn 9 in an overzealous overtaking attempt, earning himself a time penalty. Yet because the two-time world champion had already retired from the sprint race, he effectively received no further punishment. But with the tweak to the article, it would carry forward as a grid drop. It's a thumbs down from me, guys. I'm sorry about that. I'm not a fan of that. I'm not a fan of that. Then again, I don't know. That's a tough one for me. I understand their thinking. They don't want people to get away with stuff, and that has been a big problem with stewarding. There have been some people, Kevin Emerson, who have really got away with some horrific incidents without any punishment. But down to the stewards more than the rules, to be honest. I don't think the rules are at fault here. Yeah. I want to hear your thoughts on it. I'm going to let you make my mind up on this one, because I'm really in two minds about it. Because at the end of the day, if something happens in an event, I don't think it should carry forward. But at the same time, if they do something stupid like take someone out of the race and also take themselves out just from a ridiculous dive bomb, they get punished because they're out of the race. Yeah, I think it should be a bit more simple, to be honest. I feel like carrying forward penalties and all this and that, it should be relatively simple. It should just affect the session that you're in. But I totally understand the viewpoint that it should carry forward. So let me know your thoughts, guys. And of course, keep it tuned here to the F1Chronicle.com to see much more opinions and news on Formula 1 just like this. So be sure to like, comment, subscribe, follow, ring the bell as well, and of course become a community member if you're on YouTube as well. Just 99 British pence a month for that, and you get some nice perks too.